Morning, guys. Yeah, it's only about 9:15. I got my first order. It's a superstore, right, for like $7, but sometimes it can fluctuate, right? I'm only sharing my experience here to get you guys videos, all right? Because I don't know what the hell's going to happen next within the next week or so. So you guys have to bear with me. I'm going to share my gig work experience with this, and there's nothing else going on at the moment, so you have to just go with the flow, right? I know another van lifer that basically had to do the same thing. She couldn't really share things. She had to do this kind of stuff to try and get ahead, right? So that's why I'm doing it too. It's a late start for me, but what am I supposed to do? You know, like I'm doing the best I can. It's a rough area, man. So actually, I think all of southwest BC is rough. Some of you guys are in this area can vouch for that. So it's pissing down rain. So, but I'm gonna wait to see what happens here. Yeah, I got to clean up the back here because I don't know how much I'm getting. I am not going to go out and give you guys any kind of videos with the way how heavy it's raining. So every single spot here is full. Here, let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, so of course, you know that this is my display here, right? You know, shows my mom and my aunt. But yeah, it's raining like crazy. Take a look at that. Wow. You know, but I'm not going to show every single spot here. I don't want to be filming others when I'm not allowed to. But yeah, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least there's 5, about 8 people ahead of me. So I could be here for an hour. So, but plus thing is, it's actually on the warm side today, so I'm not overly worried about it. So. I just want to make some money to try and pay things down the best I can, and maybe even start saving up a little bit if I can, right? My acceptance rate is going up. It's actually, oh shoot, I can't check it right now. Right, so some people that I know out here that I've gotten to know, they're older people, right? A little bit older than me, have, you know, that they're like, you know, in the beginning, it's very hard to do. It's hard to gain that confidence after everything that you know that I've been through, and you have to gradually work yourself back into it, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying not to touch anything in my bank account, like my cell phone and another bill that I've got were paid from working. My bank account was not touched. I asked for the money and voila, right? So, but I need to be making more in order to start banking it, right? You guys get what I mean? So, anyways. When she comes out, she'll knock on the vehicle and we'll go from there. I just went outside talking to the guy. You know, it's really amazing, you know, like he says he works 38 hours per week, but yet he's considered as part-time. How the hell does that work? That makes no sense to how you know, I guess they get hired as part-time, but he's working 38 because it's so busy. You know, but, you know, and he says that they're unionized. Since when is Superstore unionized? Wait a second, I think my kid told me that. Because he works for them. I'm going to have to double check on that. Anyways, it's all good though. It's all good. Yeah, that lady was an interesting person, you know. And she is driving a delivery van, so yeah, I'm just waiting for him. That poor guy is cold. He keeps on going back and forth. He's like, his hands are red. I'm like, wear gloves, man. Wear gloves. He's like, we're not allowed to because if it slips, then we have to, you know. I was like, well, get the non-slip gloves. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just waiting for that guy to come back, and I'm quite sure all these other people will be ahead of me. Okay, so that was really quick. It's just way too wet out, you guys, in order to show anything. Okay, so if this was flat lands, we would be flooded. So let's get everything going here. Come on. I've been having a lot of issues starting up the van. First thing in the morning, it doesn't want to start, and I got to rev it up like you wouldn't believe in order for it to start. So, okay, let's get out of here and get to the customer. Well, I just got off the phone with GLS. And apparently they handed my jack record parcel to apparently the island's courier service yesterday, she said, but there's been nothing updated. And I said to her, I'd like to know a delivery date or something, because there's nothing on, like, they never notified saying that they've got it. Neither company has notified me saying, hey, it's being delivered. And what's the delivery date? She's like, yeah, we don't normally do that. I'm like, then how is a person supposed to know when to pick it up? She's like, oh, well, it's, I'm like, yeah, exactly. Like, I know you guys are a low-end courier service, but, you know, better communication for this kind of stuff when a person's paying for the service. So now I have to wait for a call back before I can get back out there and try and do anything else. Way to go, Jackery. You know, but so that's my update right now. I'm waiting. All right, so I heard from Vancouver Island Couriers. They got my package. It's gonna be delivered sometime this afternoon. So then after that, I could start having things. I'm planning on moving the Jackery for a little bit, right, to a different spot, and I have to make adjustments in here, and then I have to start getting that thing charged, because I cannot find a wall outlet anywhere to where I can be there for 3 hours and plug it in. And they've taken everything away pretty much on Vancouver Island, right, because of the homeless population. And I sent off an email to every single city council that there is. I said, look at the way you guys are doing things. You guys wonder why it's on the rise. You guys care about the money more than the population, right? And apparently there's a bunch of cities that are going to get absolutely slammed with more population. You guys should be making sure the income and the housing is available first before slamming the region with more people. So talk about doing it backwards, right? So that's politicians for you. So, anyways, yeah, so right now I'm just sitting here waiting for orders to come in. I've got my water spout actually charging right now. So that should be ready to go tonight, because right now, well, that thing is dead. You know, I was going to make coffee this morning and I didn't get to because it wasn't working. I'm not about to lift up a 12-gallon thing of water and start pouring it in, because it can make a freaking mess, right? So, but that's what I'm waiting for, basically. And my cell phone is charging very, 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 very slowly. So, but otherwise, you guys, yeah, we're indoors again because of the fact that, well, it's pouring down rain. So, and it's a bummer. It really is a bummer. So you guys, I discovered that it was my cord after all for my Jackery. That was done because I got it hooked up now, and my big Jackery is now charging. So yeah, you know what happened there is the connector, right, for my cigarette lighter, you know, the adapter, whatever you want to call it. When I connected it to the old one, it fried it out, right? It burnt out my fuse. So ignore the mess there. So I replaced the fuse, got the new cigarette lighter. It was for, I think it was for a different brand or whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hook it up anyway. Soldered together, it works, right? So so what I'll be doing is, I have a funny feeling what's happening with my vehicle is that in the morning, the battery from the cold and from having my circuit lighter plugged in all the time, it probably is making the battery weak. So I'm trying to get the Jackery to have enough juice in it to where I could hook up everything through the Jackery. So I might have to mess around a little bit here. I'm going to try and get the small Jackery hooked up to the big one, so I could just hook everything up to the small Jackery. You guys know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to try and do. And if that works, great, because I don't like how first thing in the morning, like right now, even right now, the motor was cold, fired it up, and it died right away. So could it be the battery? Maybe, but it's raining out, and I don't feel like getting my battery tester out to check to see, you know, is that weak, or is it the alternator, or what? One way or another, I can't afford either one. So, but and my other phone, this phone here, bit the biscuit. Yeah, it wasn't keeping charge or anything like that anymore. The battery was dying like you wouldn't believe, so I had to go out there and I got a newer phone, and same price and whatnot. So right now I'm just updating it. So it sucks, but it happens. So And the hard drive looks like it's called One UI or something like that. So, anyways, I gotta try and find a different angle here. So that way maybe I can make some stew or whatever. And because now that the jockery's plugged in, get all the way, seagulls. And I'm just gonna go right over here to hell with it. That way the wind's blowing in this way. So because I was putting right directly at it, right? But I'm gonna do everything I can to get that sucker charged. So it's gonna take. Well, if I do it all day tomorrow, whatever I'm. Oh no, it won't be all day tomorrow. Shoot, I got that court thing tomorrow. I'll figure it out. Well, not at sleeping spot yet, but got everything plugged in here. Got 20% left. Went for a bit of a drive, make sure that the new cord worked. It worked perfectly. I'm trying to figure out what the hell to do with this part up here though. But it is what it is for now. So there has been a bumping sound. What I'm thinking it could be my table here. So, whoops. Anyways, I'm just thinking that it could be a small the small table that I made here, because it does seem loose. I have a funny feeling it's going like this kind of thing. So, and that's what the banging sound is. I have a funny feeling about that, because when I check the bed, I know the bed is kind of, does make kind of noises. So it very well could be the bed too. And this other shelf that I made is solid, right? So, never know, right? So, anyways, you guys make sure, if you guys are curious, right, feel free to check out my link down below on mylifejourney.biz. It's the merch site. It's got a few things on there now in case if you guys are interested. Anything like that's going to help me out a lot, trust me. It is active now. I don't have an email address active for it yet. Okay, I know it's going to take time to get sales and everything, if I get any at all, right? So the hosting is free, so I'm not going to complain, right? But yeah, to take a look at it. I'm doing the same thing as some others are doing. I don't have any funky designs yet because it's just starting. So, so remember, the link is down below for it all. So, yeah, I'm just going to relax here for a bit. It's dark out. My lights have been flickering too. I got to figure out what's going on with those electrical issues. I might have to get the LED lights for it, for the van eventually, but because I want to be able to see at night. Because if I was to drive at night, I need to be able to see no matter what, right? So they're too dim, is what the problem is. So, anyways, I'm gonna get going here. Thanks for coming out. I'm gonna try and do better, getting you guys better content. But it's been pouring rain. It's been just blatantly ridiculous. So, and money wise, I'm just, if I was to go camping, you guys, honestly, I hate to sound cheap, but I need to know where there's free camping so I can go do that and give you guys more videos. It's essential right now. The gig industry is not working out. Okay, I'm making $10 a day. It's just not going to cut it. And I know it's going to be a while before I make money off of social media. So, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm not going to get into the aspect of everything else because nothing's happening. If something positive does happen, I will let you guys know. So, anyways, I'm going to get going here. Talk to you guys later. And make sure you guys subscribe, share, comment, and like, and keep everything clean, or else the ones that are not going to be clean and nice about it, bye-bye. So, talk to you later.